Alright. Your video, I guess you know, is kicking out again. That's your phone. You have some app running or something's taking resources from you. It's not your
Everything's
position.
out.
It's not Wi-Fi. It's your phone. It's not where you're going, Because, like, if it was Wi-Fi, I wouldn't be able to hear you either. You just go away. You just disappear. All right, let me see. Hey, Mike.
Hey, yo. How's it going? Close up and personal.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo. I see a Jeep.
Yeah, George is here, but he's kind of here.
Kind of here, but not
Kind of hear that.
physically, but not mentally.
So, you guys,
Hey,
I was going to wait for Mike, but a tornado went chugging by me yesterday. I even heard it.
yeah.
I got a message on my phone. Tornado warning. Seek shelter immediately. Right. So I go out to the porch, right, and I'm looking at this crazy rain, and I go, like for a minute and a half, I'm filming it and stuff. Going, that was a pretty ominous message. Let me check the TV. So I turn on the TV, and there's some guy standing there in front of a map, but he's not supposed to be standing there. It's like they just suddenly turned it on, right? And he's going, oh shit, and he takes off. Then a meteorologist shows up, and they've got a map of where this tornado could be touching down any moment, and it shows Simmonsville Avenue, which is where I am, right? So, so they're getting into detail, like where these colors meet, right? Like where, I think green and red meet on the thing. It says that's where the most danger is, and it's my yard, right? So just as they do that, my TV cuts out. Everything goes dark, right? So I did hear that. Yeah, no shit, this happened. I was in the bathroom. I was brushing my teeth, and I hear. I think, is that the fire alarm? Is that the building fire alarm? I'm just like, and I realize it's my phone by my bed. So I go over to it. Yeah, and it's chirping away, and I've got the thing on ignore. Hell, I might even had it off, but it still went off. Right. So yeah, and a lady up here got up on 295. Her car got picked up and tossed around. It tossed a car. It cut through Situate, came through here, and then went up to Attleboro. Tornado, man. So, so we're dealing with that now. I filmed it. I made a video. I filmed the whole thing. Me watching TV, because I got an antenna, and I never turn it on. I think I talked about this last week. It says the only time I turn it on for Jeopardy, football, and the occasional 9/11. So, yeah, so I said, let me turn the TV on, see how doomed I am. That was intense. I didn't get scared though. I take these beta blockers, so they don't get my heart racing. They actually keep me calm. It's weird. Like I'm in danger, and I don't, and I should be freaking out right now. I usually think, but my heart won't race. I take drugs to keep my heart from doing that.
I'm on one of those.
I can't hear you, Mike. Let me see.
Can't hear me?
No, can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
I can hear you now. I mean, I can kind of hear you, but I can't make out what you're saying. That's all.
Why? It wasn't that way before.
I don't know what happened.
I didn't do anything. What about now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine where you are, but back at the couch, I could just barely hear you.
Oh, okay. I gotta sit closer then.
That's what I'm saying. Or you could just maybe yell.
Hey!
Yeah, that's coming in good.
I said I'm on one of those beta blockers, but it's like a real low dose.
Yeah.
So I don't feel it really.
So you get excited?
Nah, I don't really feel it. You know,
Nah.
it's just to keep my.
It's not that you feel it; it's the lack of feeling. First time,
No, I know what you're saying, but I mean, like, my heart rate when I hike and stuff still gets up when I walk. Like, I walk the track for exercise, and it still gets up over 100. You know.
all right. So if I can hear Mike, if he shows up and I can hear him, he's in a spaceship. That's not a good sign. Say something, Mike. Oh, of course. I can't hear you in the spaceship. You're too far away from Earth. No spaceship for you.
Hey, George,
Yep.
can you hear me?
See ya.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So,
I don't want to talk tech, but go ahead. What?
Sweet Caroline. So they
Yeah.
don't play when they win. They play that in every eighth inning.
I know. I just like give a shit. It's like,
I got a text from George saying the Red Sox won. They're playing Sweet Caroline, and it was like they were down 9-1. You know,
and it wasn't enough to rally.
they rallied
Yes.
though. It was like it ended up 10-7. They
Wow.
rallied. Yeah, they got a grand slam and a 2-run Johnson.
Wow, exciting. So it was good to play Sweet Caroline.
They played every game.
Yeah, they had a Neil Diamond tribute band playing, like
Yeah.
maybe about a half mile away. Maybe that helped.
No kidding. Well, there's a Neil Diamond on Broadway thing going on right now.
Oh yeah.
It's like about his life story, you know.
Uh,
So apparently, did you hear about the? So he got into a really bad contract, right? And they wouldn't let him go. But then they decided, said, if you can write one more really big hit, we'll let you go. We'll let you go out of this contract. So he was in a hotel room trying to come up with a song, and he saw a magazine with Caroline Kennedy, you know.
Yeah.
And he said he wanted to write a song about his wife Marcia, but he couldn't find anything to rhyme with Marcia. So
Marsha.
Good times never felt so good.
so good, so good.
She's
so
3 years
good.
old, I think, right? Or she was like 3 years old or something. She was a little kid.
tea time
No.
at Mike's house.
There's two types of people in the world. The type of people
Two
that like
types.
Neil Diamond, and the type of people who don't.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember that movie? What movie did that come off of?
What?
Wait.
What movie
Right.
was that?
Say it again.
There are two types of people: people who like good times and people who don't.
No, people who like Neil Diamond and people who don't.
Oh. Jeez. I don't know. Sounds pretty obscure.
It was on What About Bob?
Oh. Oh yeah. That's a New Hampshire movie.
Yeah,
I like that. That's good.
I'm
What about
sailing.
I'm sailing. I
I'm
sail.
sailing.
I sail.
I'm sailing. I'm Bob.
Okay. Free associations. Yeah. Good stuff. Filmed on location, right? Pretty much.
I guess. I don't know where that was. So Lake Winnipesaukee, supposedly, but who knows where.
Yeah.
Big lake. The big lake with a lot of big houses.
So Mike almost got hit by a tornado. I recorded the noise of it going by. It sounded sort of like an airplane or a big truck on Route 6. Yeah, I got the alarm right, and I'm looking out the door, and I said turn on the TV, and they've got a map of me. They've got Central Avenue in Simmonsville, and they've got it red, and it says if you're here, get in your tub or something. You're about to get Dorothy'd away.
You're gonna
And
be
it
the
went
guy
by.
in the tub that Dorothy saw in the tornado.
There's
You're
a
gonna be
car.
that guy.
Yeah. Situate got it. It went through Situate, and it came basically down Central Ave, and it shot through here, and then went up to and torched Attleboro.
Well, that's where I would have gone.
Tornado, buddy. Yeah. All right. That global warming's
How you doing?
coming up to my backyard.
You guys see the videos I posted about that missing plane got captured by UFOs?
Yeah, it's dumb. I've done shit like that.
Come on.
I've made a
I'm
lot
trying
of
to be
fake
fun at parties,
UFOs.
and
I
you
know a
guys are
fake UFO
debunking
when
me
I
now?
see
What
it.
the fuck?
That was idiotic. That was
Stop that.
That was even idiotic for you, Mike.
That was bad.
No, I'm a kid.
Christ.
You weren't really impressed by that. Wait, did you think that was a good effect? That wasn't any
I'm just
good.
trying to fit in.
Oh, okay. Well, this is how you do it. We did a UFO picture already, me and you. We threw that hubcap, and I took a picture with a Polaroid, and it was
I remember.
crooked, right? So everyone I saw the UFO after that, the ones that were crooked, fake, right? You could just, if you make enough fake ones, if you make fake ones, you can spot them in a second. And that was fake. I've done a bunch. You know what works? You know what I made once, which was great? I got a toothpaste box. You know, the tube comes in, but I took the box and I poked 3 holes in it, a triangle, and I put a flashlight in it. Then I went up on the roof at night and I held it out with the camera and I had it. I had a fucking, yeah, I have the classic, and I started doing the shit too. What the fuck is that? You see that? What is that? Right? But I never posted it or nothing. But I made one and it looked good. It looked great, actually.
Oh, man.
I did one with my drum cymbal, right? I did it with a cymbal, right? And then one time I saw one on a UFO program. It was a cymbal. I said, I made one of those. That's a fucking drum cymbal, man. I know that when I see it. You hold it down. You take a picture of it down. And there was one I taped flashlights to the cymbal. Then I spun it, and it was doing that. It was doing. Oh, that looked great. I just did it in the darkness of my cellar. You know, that came out great. I couldn't post that on anything. Yeah, I made a billion of them.
Did it crash?
I made one once. I was going around. I had it on a pole, and then I had it flying around, and I had it smash into a fucking snowbank. It was a UFO crash. I made a UFO crash. That didn't look bad. That really looked too bad at all. It made a great sound because it was a cymbal, right? Because it crashed into the snowbank. You know, so it made a cymbal sound and shit. It was awesome. Anyway, not impressed. Not one bit. I'll make you a better one than that. Yeah, with toothpaste. A toothpaste box, a flashlight, and all. Just poke 3 holes in it, you know, and then hold it up. And, you know, there it is. You get your classic triangle UFO, man. It looked good, too. You do all kinds of shit with it, you know. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So anyway, no, not impressed. That was dumb. Hey, did you see the baseball one? Did you see that one?
No.
10 night. It was in Cleveland. It was a brawl. You'd have loved it.
Oh, wait. No, I did see that one.
Yeah, the Irish guy. Yeah, he goes. That Chief Wahoo looks like, you know, I don't know, kind of like racist and about keep out of it. And then he saw the Celtics one. Hey, what's this now? You know? Chief Wahoo.
So I saw Oppenheimer last night.
Did you?
Yep. On the big screen.
Is it a lot of like? It's dialogue, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah, it's a lot of Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
But he did a really good job. It was really good.
But I was like, I heard that they didn't even do the test. Did they do the test in the movie?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
So that's big, right? That's a big worth it in the theater moment, right? It's like you got nuked.
Yeah.
You come out all shaky.
Christopher Nolan filmed this specifically for the big 78 millimeter IMAX screen.
Yeah, he does that on purpose. Is even the sound mixing sucks when you watch it on DVD or something. Like even the sound
there's only
mixing.
like 17 IMAXs in the country that are showing this on the right size screen, and Providence is one of them.
Yeah.
That's
where you went, Providence?
Yeah.
So what's it cost to go to one of those now?
What, IMAX?
Yeah.
20?
It cost for the 2 of us, it cost almost $40.
Yeah, it's like 20. Yeah.
Then you get there, and the popcorn is $20 now.
Don't get
For a
popcorn.
tub of popcorn, $20 for a tub of popcorn. We didn't get it, of course. I said, well, just give me 2 waters. $12 for 2 waters.
Why don't you go to that burger joint before you go in? That 50s burger joint? It's just before it. Like, it's in the mall. There's like that corner. They got... Yeah, you eat a burger there first instead.
Well, if I wasn't really hungry, I was just looking at the prices.
You gotta pull the Rhode Island concession thing. You gotta do the deep
You got stuff. Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
yeah,
true.
once that smell hits you, you can't help it.
You want
Yeah.
popcorn, but you can't really smuggle in popcorn.
One time I smuggled in Chinese food.
Nice.
And a goldfish.
I don't know what I was thinking, man. As soon as you crack that open, you know.
All the
Yeah.
flies show up.
Anybody bother you about it?
Nah, I mean it wasn't very crowded. So.
I smuggled in a Guinness one time, and I finished it. I set the bottle down. Then I knocked the bottle over, and then you could hear the thing rolling down the cement floor all the
Ah,
way to the bottom.
there's a lush in the
Yeah, I don't know
house.
where that came from.
At least you didn't pull a Pee Wee Herman.
Ah,
Well, that.
Pee-wee playing with his pee-pee.
pull.
Yeah, that was sad. Very sad that Pee Wee passed. Like, he was a good guy.
He was a good guy, a good actor.
Yeah.
And what the hell? He was the only person having safe sex, and they can come down on him for it. He wasn't going to get anybody pregnant. There was going to be no abortions from it.
Yeah, he got caught masturbating
happen
in the
to
house
you.
of
It
masturbation.
happened to me.
What the fuck? That's an easy
remember-
collar, right? Let's go catch some guys beating off in the beat off fucking theater.
My cousin
That's right.
My cousin was a Johnston cop, right? And he had to do that every now and then, go into the Johnston cinema and bust guys who were
Yeah.
in the booths. Like that was his part of his job. Like, yeah, you got this detail, you know, and you got to go in and bust guys in the booth, you know.
Yeah.
That's one fucking nice kitty right there.
That's right.
No, there ain't no
Old kitty.
kitties in the booths.
And that 12-year-old kitties.
He also had to go to the topless club and make sure that the girls' nipples were covered. And they
Oh, what a horrible job.
They would cover them with latex, so you could see right through it, but they were technically covered.
You had to feel it, make sure it was latex, right?
Oh yeah,
Cast your fingers over it.
Yep.
Tough job. Man.
yeah.
I'd hate that.
First time I saw Pee Wee Herman. First time I saw Pee Wee Herman on TV, I was in Unity, Maine, right? Do you remember the Seven
yeah?
Dwarfs? Remember the Seven Dwarfs, George?
In what? Seven Dwarfs?
Yeah, it was like seven cabins on the lake. They called it
Oh,
Seven
yes. That's right. Okay. I
So
do.
I was renting one with Erda, and Fred was in the one next door, right? And it was Saturday morning, and I was home alone, and I think I probably, had a little jazz cigarette, right?
Do.
And I turned on the
I thought you were
TV.
going to say alone time.
No,
Sorry.
Coming next.
I turned on the TV, and there's Pee Wee's Playhouse, right? The first
Yeah.
time, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. I gotta go get Fred. I went over to Fred, right? And I said, Fred, you gotta come see this, man. This is you gotta see this. And I went back to watch more, and he never came. Fred never came over. I'm like, Fred, you gotta come see this, man. And
He was having some alone time.
yeah, he was out.
First time I saw him was on Letterman. He fucking killed. He just
Oh, he was
killed.
on Letterman all
It was
the time.
fucking hysterical. I was an instant fan.
Yeah.
Even Letterman never saw him before. He said, like in the intro, he says, Pee Wee Herman's here. He said, I've known him so long I can call him P. I remember that. That was the joke. Like, oh yeah, Pee Wee didn't know who he was. He was like, everybody knew who he was the next day though.
He was on the dating game a few times, right? And
Oh,
the
I
first-
heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first time, he was still developing his character. Nobody knew who he was, and he lost the first time. He lost, but he was in character, but it wasn't as developed as
Yeah.
it's just like years before he started. And,
Lawrence
That
Fishburne got his start in show business on Pee Wee's Playhouse.
No, it was Apocalypse Now, actually. He was
Oh,
in
that's right.
Apocalypse
He was
Now.
in that first. Yeah, okay.
Hey, he was with Elvira, Mistress of Darkness, for a while.
Yes.
Now that's quite a score by anyone's standard.
Yeah,
Who's
she
this?
was fine.
You have ever
Elvira?
see
You don't know who
Elvira?
Elvira is?
no, I mean, who's the guy?
Pee Wee.
Pee Wee.
Oh, Pee Wee. Okay.
My friend Pee Wee.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. I used to see
sad
the
to
show.
see him go.
Yeah,
They
they're
were bro.
Anyway, sad to see him go.
Yeah, man.
But, anybody see anything else worth watching?
Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Walter Alvarez?
It sounds familiar.
Walter Alvarez is the guy. He was a geologist, and he found the barrier between the extinctions. Like he's the one that hypothesized the meteorite strike that killed the dinosaurs. He found the clay layer first, and as luck would have it, his father was a physicist, and so he could. There was that irradium. It's not. It's on Earth, but it's in our core. It all went down there. So like we get a sprinkling every year, but not anything. So anyway, this layer is full of it. In other words, it's an asteroid. That's what that means, and it's a big thick layer. He found it in Italy, but it turns out it's all over the world. So anyway, we all know about that now. Right? Everybody accepts the crater and all that. But what they were missing was the crater, so they had to go find the crater. And that's when Shoemaker came in. He had the one in Arizona, and he says, this is an asteroid hit. They go, no, it ain't. And the thing he knew, he knew blast zones because he used to work at Los Alamos before. He knew blast zones, and he knew one when he saw one. And he said, this is not, they said it was volcanic steam, which don't exist, but that's what they were saying back then. So anyway, Alvarez and his father, who was a geologist, and you got Shoemaker, who was another astrophysicist, I guess. So anyway, all the archaeologists are telling that they're wrong and they're full of shit and all this, right? So Alvarez says they're not really scientists; they're just like stamp collectors. That's what he said, right? So anyway, so nobody would accept it because it wasn't even certain that an asteroid could do that impact. And then, if you remember the Levy-Shoemaker 9 comets that hit Jupiter, even just before that happened, it was going, that's going to be ain't going to be nothing, right? So they're going to hit the dark side of Jupiter, so we're not even going to get to see it, And then when Jupiter come around after, and they saw the evidence of the hit, like the smaller one made one the size of Earth. So that's when it was like, okay, But that was in 1994, I think. So it took all that time. So for a long time, this was, this, what you're talking about. And what I think his father said we're studying geology without a license or something like that, because he was a physicist, he didn't have any right to like chime in about the iridium or anything like that. So I thought it was funny.
It takes a long time to go from idea to be accepted. It takes up to 10 years to go from an idea to be accepted.
That was a long time.
It's you got to have the evidence.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did. They went out. They found the crater. They had to find the crater. They thought the one in Manson, Iowa, was the one. I think it's Iowa. No, is it Idaho? I think it's Idaho. Manson, Idaho. And so they were all over that until they realized, it wasn't big enough. They said no, but they were famous for a minute. They said, "Ooh, we got the crater." Somebody opened a gift shop, and then they all left. Oh, and the geologists there, right? They didn't do much, right? So this is exciting for them, right? And so all these big city geologists show up, right? And so it's all great. And then they left. They didn't share any information with them, right? They were like, "Well, what the fuck?" And then they like that was a different level of scientists, like it's I mean, it's like that's when you get into the people where it's a lot about career and not so much about let's all work together to figure this thing out. So a lot of that goes on too.
That's right.
They're protecting their turf.
True. They don't allow any new science. There's been no scientific developments in the last 50 years because they just don't want to allow any new ideas.
Oh, you know what?
It's hard. It's hard. Change is hard for everyone.
You know what else was about Alvarez is he was doing an extinction event,
out.
right? Like the Great Flood. He was doing shit like that, so everybody was like, you're just trying to get back to the Bible or something. They were accusing him of shit like that. But Mike dropped his phone. Mike, we can't see it.
That's true.
Oh, it's black. I don't know what happened.
Maybe
Younger drive.
There's a button on that stupid screen that turns off your camera. It's right on the screen.
Hit the video button.
Sometimes. That's what that
That's
is.
the Hank. It's got blackness. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, they are.
Did you recover from North Conway?
Oh yeah, it was a horrible experience, man.
I love
It's,
North
it's,
Conway. I loved it up there. It's probably all
where all
different
the,
now.
Yeah,
that's where all the massholes go to do the shopping.
yeah. Oh, it was hideous.
Why did they go that
Absolutely
far?
hideous.
Conway's a ways.
And it was raining. The rain poured.
It's all
It
outlets.
wasn't much fun at all.
It's all malls. You know, it's like the outlets. Outlets.
Yeah, they just want you to look at merch all day, you know. Overpriced
That's some people's
merch.
idea of a vacation.
Uh,
Shopping. That's what they go on vacation to do. They go shopping.
going shopping.
Well,
Yep.
you got to get, you got to
Anyway,
get stuff.
That's
Prove
what
you were
happens
there.
when no one else in your party can hike, you know. So you can ride up and down the Kangamogus all day, but if no one's into the hike, even in the rain, then you just sit there with tears in your eyes, looking at all this beauty, and you can't go off and take a look at it closer. You know,
Go to Lost
very
River.
sad.
Me and Mike had a great
See the
experience.
flume.
Yeah.
About it, but
Swift River.
Oh yeah. Tell
Going
them
up.
about it.
It's like a natural slide on the Kank, and it's granite. It's just polished granite.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
when the water's right, you can just slide down for
Mhm.
a long way. you
I've
know?
seen that. It's right on the highway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on the tank. There's
Yep.
a big parking lot there now and everything.
There's a lot of bikers there when I
Yeah,
went
we
by.
went.
I didn't get out.
Here we went. The water was perfect, right? Perfect level.
Yeah, great.
In fact, it was a little strong, and so you had to have people like at the end as spotters, so you didn't go over a waterfall, into the rock. So everybody sort of took turns, spotting, right? And it looked pretty, what? It didn't look dangerous, right? It didn't look real dangerous, right?
It wasn't
But-
as long as it was spotters.
It wasn't, but it looked kind of, easy and stuff. But so me and Mike went down a bunch of times. Then we took turns to be spotters, and this woman got in with a baby in her arms, thinking that it was just going to be easy. And she went on her back, let go of the baby.
Oh, brother.
Baby's
Oh,
going
fuck.
down. Look at Mike. I said, "You get the baby, I'll get her." She came toward me. Baby went toward Mike. Mike caught the baby. I caught her. And
Should let her go.
it would have been a disaster, man.
It would have been better for the baby. Just let Vosh slide
Oh
away.
man.
Meanwhile,
She was
Meanwhile-
really great.
it's just going, oh no, oh no.
Stupid human trick.
Oh well, good for
Speaking of
you.
letterman.
I said
See,
any money they were from.
whenever you feel worthless, just think back then. You were meant to do that. You were there at the right time.
You saved
You were
lives,
there.
man.
You were meant.
So it could be
Yeah.
on this podcast.
At least I did that in life. Which is,
At least I did that. I saved a
I'll tell you-
baby.
yeah.
So fuck.
Her husband wasn't getting laid that night.
You guys could have.
It's just
That was
she
her-
was
that was her
probably
hero.
She was probably a city girl, and it didn't look. The looks of it, it looked like a little water slide.
I saw a
And-
guy dive off a rock. He came up with his fingers doing all kinds of unnatural shit this way. It was it was bad. You looked away, ooh, you know what I mean? Like instantly, wrong. That's wrong, right? So there was a hole. It wasn't big, but it was one of those potholes that was made by the whirlpool, but it went deep, and you could dive. It was deep, and the local kids were diving right in it, like precisionally, going down and then coming back up. But it was a tight hole, and you had to, you didn't have a lot of room for error. And this guy never done it before. He went head first, basically, you should try it feet first the first time, but no. So that guy did that. So I'm sitting there all day. People were like, the kids that live around that hole, were just like pros. And there's all these tourists from Andy's campground. It wasn't far from his campground. And that one guy
Andy's
went in,
campground.
came out all bent up. Yeah, went straight to the hospital and shit.
Mike, what was the name of that big hole we went to up near up near the ski resort place? Up near Brenton Woods.
Oh boy.
It was like one of the 10 best places to swim in the United States. It was that big. It was a big pothole where you jumped. It was a cliff. Remember that?
I do. Yeah, I don't remember the name though.
There's so many of those though. They're just these amazing places. They're like
Yeah,
endless.
it's amazing.
I can picture that.
Cool.
I remember the potholes up near yours, Mike. That was
Yeah,
pretty cool too. The
that's a nice little
potholes.
pothole up there. Yeah.
I love that well. That one that was carved out. Always had that from that spring. That was the shit. That's the shit. You want one of them in your yard. Everybody should have one of those.
I got a friend of mine requested a pretty cool vacation. It's like out in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Uh, it's like 4 days on a horse, right? Have you ever been on a horse in her life? In fact, she went to a riding place to get horses, right? Before she went on this trip, and so it's 4 days. You ride into this ranch or something, and then you take day trips from the ranch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it sounds like a really cool trip.
I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I always wanted to go riding out in the west like that.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah, that'd be the perfect place. I always wanted to go out there.
She didn't tell me how
Ride like
much
a
it cost.
cowboy.
She didn't tell me how much it cost. 4 women, I think. It's like 8 women,
Wow.
and each got their own horse, and he's gonna be a dude. But,
I was putting together a guide. I was putting together a trip up in Banff. It was like $2,200 per person
yeah,
for 10 days.
Yeah.
Pack trip.
yeah.
And I'll put that to the group that went to Grand Canyon, figuring they'd all want to go on this adventure, and nobody really wanted to go. So
That's a shame.
Yeah, like I said, she never went on. She's hardly ever been on a horse. She went 2 times to a local horse riding place just to get familiar with horses.
yeah, well, a lot of those trail horses that they have, like they're just nose to tail, and you can put anybody on them. They're just gonna walk. They're not gonna run. They're not gonna do anything exciting.
Right.
They're just gonna walk up this trail, and as long as you can kind of hang on to the saddle, you're all set. You don't really have to do anything.
As long as you don't see a cougar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to these 2 cowboys from Arizona. They came out to my show in Las Vegas, and they were riding, and one guy had a mule, and the cougar jumped out, and the mule fucking grabbed it and killed it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it just grabbed onto its neck and just fucking shook it, and then dropped it on the ground and stomped it. And killed it.
Imagine what it could have done to you
Okay, yeah.
if it didn't like it.
Yeah, well, we can throw rocks. Let's do a burrow can't.
Hey, when I was training my horse, sometime he did something wrong. He thought he was going to get away by running far from me. So I hit him in the ass with a rock, and then he thought, wow, he can get me from way over there.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's why we're
That's
king.
smart.
that's right.
Rock hand, stick hand. That's all we needed. Now we're on the moon.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm reading about.
Whitey on the moon.
yeah. So we should have brought a rock and a stick.
I'll go get it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I usually like North Conway, but it just struck me as like such the wrong place to be.
Oh, it changed so much.
Up
When
in a
we went up
beautiful
there with
area.
Mike, we had to go into Conway that time. I guess we went to a Kmart. I didn't know there was a Kmart. There wasn't a Kmart last time I was there. I was there like in
Oh, there's
80
everything there now.
I was there in
There's
83.
everything.
Is that
The
backwards?
social conks of Earth.
Social
So
conquest of Earth.
conquest.
Conquest.
Yeah, it's all about like collective, like bugs acting collectively, humans acting collectively, and all this stuff.
Plants.
Biology book.
I think plants are wild. Like,
Good so far. The guy's a little bit pompous, but it's pretty good so far.
okay, well, you got your big brain. I got my tiny little brain.
I'd rather read that.
No, I'm not done.
Nice.
Wait, there's more.
George, what are you working on? You fixing your washer?
Frankenstein.
No, filtration system for the water.
I got my Whirlpool washer's broken. I'm trying to find a timer for it. I can't find one. I guess it's so old. There's just none available. That model.
So old these
Check
days.
this
It's
out.
what, like
No,
5
check
years?
this out.
Oh,
How old is it?
old. Oh, I don't know. 25 years, 30 years old.
Did you try cleaning the contacts in it? I know it's a bit involved, but if you take out, because they're a series of contacts, and a lot of times they get corroded, and if you... What the hell is that?
Bare butt mount.
Oh, God. Jesus.
The horse ain't happy about it, man. I never saw the movie, but I read the satire. Sometimes that's better.
Oh, a lot of times that's better. Star Black.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Act,
The
the
horses
movie.
are rocking. Don't come and knock
The
it.
movie. Captain
Yeah, I
Kirk
remember
has
that, where
got like a.
Kirk's all, yeah, and Spock's like this. Let me just take...
There's an incredible cloud of boredom heading towards the Earth at a ho-hum speed, and we have to intercept before the audience falls asleep.
That's a classic.
Classic.
There's
Yep.
that one picture of Decker, right? He's got a bowling ball. He's like just in the corner with a bowling ball. Like, oh.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
that's
fucking
good stuff.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's
that
still
wasn't in here.
publishing.
The only one is the TV show one. That's the only one this one has. I've got a movie. But the TV one's good. Oh,
I
yeah.
can't keep up with all the iterations of not only Star Trek,
this
but
one out.
Star Wars. 201 A Space Idiocy.
Great stuff.
Yeah, wondrous. Still my favorite sci-fi.
Oh yeah. There's two camps. There's people who really, really love that movie, and there's people who really hate it.
Oh, I love that movie. I saw that in theaters. My father took me to that.
Yeah,
And then the
when it
confused
first
go
came
around
out,
with about the
people...
Dave shit. I think I'm like fucking 8. Yeah, 68. I was 7.
Yeah.
I was fucking 7.
That's right. No, I mean, when it first came out, people had no idea what to make of it until someone got the idea of seeing it stoned or on acid. Then it became a sensation. Everybody was seeing it.
You just got to be in the right mood for it.
Yeah.
Some people are really into the space battles and all that shit. And some
Yeah,
people-
for that.
That's jive. All that. I can't take that stuff, man. That doesn't make
Dog
any
fights
sense
in
to me.
space. Ships can't fly. Ships can't bank turn like that in space. They can't do that. There's no air. They can't fly like that.
They don't have.
No.
They have the tire squealing noises too. They throw that in there. Why not?
Slow moving. Yeah, I mean, anything exploding like that, all that shrapnel would be just destructive, completely destructive to anything nearby.
Yes, and all the explosions would be silent.
Right.
All that
You wouldn't be
noise in
able to.
space of the ships going, yeah,
And all those slow motion laser beams and stuff like that. I mean, they just don't act like laser beams.
right.
Look at
It's
the
like
shock
nowadays,
guy.
like jet combat now. That if you're close enough to see your enemy, it's all over. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
to like. You have to engage the enemy while you can't see them, while they're so far
Yeah.
away that they can't see you.
If you're close
They
enough
oughta-
to see him, he missed or it was a dud.
Yeah, and he's got you.
Yeah.
Ah. So, I don't know. All that stuff, I can't take any of that stuff, man. All that Star Trek, Star Wars jive, I can't take anymore, man.
So if somebody, let's say there was somebody who never saw any of that stuff, what would you recommend as far as like let's say there's somebody who just
An
has never
easy
seen
way
it.
in.
What?
Seen like
You mean like an
science
easy way
fiction.
into sci-fi?
Has never seen any sci-fi. Yeah, what would you recommend for somebody?
Pitch Black. Pitch Black was
What's that?
great.
Well,
Nothing
yeah, it's
that
got
ever
some good
spawned
elements,
from it
yeah.
was great, but that movie was great.
I think I might tell him to watch Moon.
Moon's great. Moon's great. And
Moon had one
Mute's
big
the
flaw for
same
me. It was
universe.
good,
What was
but
the
it had a huge flaw. The flaw that why would you keep all those
Duncan
biological
Jones is
units alive
that's
when you
David
can just
Bowie's
have?
kid.
We
He's the
could just
director.
send someone else up there, and send another clone up there. You know, why does it have to be a clone with everyone's information, everyone's history and information?
Well,
Just send like a cloned robot or something up there. Why go through all that trouble? It doesn't make any sense to me.
well, then you wouldn't have a movie.
There's no movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's
Then no, that's yeah. You have to forgive that shit. You even have to get over the
I
fact
couldn't.
that Kevin Spacey's
I
the
couldn't.
robot.
I couldn't. Kevin Spacey's a robot. That was kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
But that had some great elements, though. I have to say, it was like a very nicely done.
The miniatures were great.
Yeah.
There was this one part where he's eating beans, right? They had the beans, and like they had they were talking Duncan Jones and they were talking as the commentary track, and they were going space beans, right? Because there's just that package of beans, and he's like that. That's what they were. That's what they called it, space beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that maybe the old Star Treks would be a good way into sci-fi.
Yeah.
You know.
Next Generation. Next Generation, not the first season. Like maybe the third. Start at the third, because you get like some great stories that like Drumhead, and it's just like fucking Picard speeches at the end. Holy fuck, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third, fourth season of Next Generation, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
I don't know.
yeah.
Depending on the person, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
That was that was good in the theater in like '68 for sure. Cause like
Yeah, I mean,
all that stuff was.
Or even A
there
Clockwork
was no-
Orange is pretty good.
yeah, that was a good one.
Dystopian future. The Matrix, your first Matrix movie.
That first one.
Matrix.
Just ignore everything that was done after it. You know.
Yeah. Oh,
First
of course,
one's a
of
complete
course.
thing.
Yeah,
Um,
you don't need any of the other two really.
They ruin everything with sequels.
Well,
Sequels
yeah,
are
if you
dumb.
go, you just know what you're going into.
Monica Bellucci, though.
You're getting fan service on the other shit. You know?
I did say about the next two, Monica Bellucci.
Yes. Yeah. Monica Bellucci.
That's worth sitting through all the other Drek. Just to look at that.
Almost. Yes.
Well, like Jaws 4. You watched that because you wanted to see that puppet. They break out the shark puppet and eat somebody with it on film. You know, that's just what I want to see. I want to see what you do with it. It's going to be stupid, but so what? So.
Sharks eating people. That's what you paid for. That's why you wanted to go.
3 was terrible. 3 was so bad. Oh my god, it was so bad.
It's like I've only seen the first one. I've only seen like the first Rocky. I never watched the sequels.
Yeah.
You're better off. You're absolutely better off.
I think I saw just the original Rocky. I don't think I saw any other ones either.
And they were great. The original Rocky was great.
I only
Sure.
saw. I never saw the second Blues Brothers.
No. It's
A
sequels
lot
are
of twos
terrible.
I never saw Ghostbusters
Really, just-
2. I never saw anything past Ghostbusters.
It's all terrible.
No, but Ghostbusters 1 was awesome.
I watched Aliens. I liked. I even watched Alien 3 in the theaters, which was unfortunate. I finally got to the theater to see an Alien movie, and it was 3.
Yeah, don't go see that one.
Like, was it Mad Max Alien go? I don't know, Mad Max on Mars or something like that. I forgot what somebody called it. David Fincher, it was his movie. They said that was like the best looking B movie I ever saw, because it was Fincher. He says nobody hates Alien 3 more than I do. That's what David Fincher says. Yeah. But still, I mean, like, what are you gonna do all that time? That little girl was an adult, and she didn't want to act. She couldn't be like the little girl again, right? And like the other guy was doing something else, so they didn't have him. So what do? You kill him. That's the only way to proceed. You know what I mean? They didn't make it. You know, shit happens. These aliens really suck. You know, they're fucking.
Getting back to the Matrix. You guys were talking about the Matrix. You and George had seen it, and we're talking about it. And I had seen the previews for it in the movie theater, but it looked like a cop movie.
Yeah.
So I never wanted to see it. And Dave's like, "What? You never seen Matrix? Oh, you got to watch it right now." And he
Wow. I don't remember
and
you hadn't seen it. That
yeah,
was
it's
great.
great.
Yeah, that was a good
But
one.
made it look like a cop, detective movie, like your basic.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they play up all
Or
the
kung
action
fu
scenes.
movie.
Some of them were kind of overdone, but and then they, that's what you get for the trailer because that's what
Yeah.
you want to bring people in the theater for, And
What year did that come out?
Oof. That
90s,
was a long
late
time
90s,
ago.
In the 90s, yeah.
yeah, something like that.
That was that was a while ago. That was a rental in a video store anyway. You know what I mean? It was back
Have you
then.
seen the latest Dune?
Yeah, I did. I liked it. I liked it a
I
lot.
Yeah,
thought that was
good. I just
decent.
saw the previews for the second one. It looks good.
Me,
They're gonna make
Mikey, and
3.
Mike saw the David Lynch one. We went together.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Remember?
was good.
I watched it
I
again. I
love
watched
David
it again
Lynch.
before
I
I
could
watched
watch
the new
anything
one.
he makes.
That's how I watched
Yeah,
it.
he's
I watched the David Lynch one, and then I watched the new one.
yeah,
David Lynch one's great.
Oh yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Wonderful.
That fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did quite a bit for what he had to work with. for
I know.
sure.
They had a really big wrap up at the end. Okay, and then this and this. Okay, goodbye.
I am out of here. Yeah, I'll
Okay,
watch
goodbye.
anything he makes. I even watched the. Remember we watched the Twin Peaks sequel, which the series.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
This last one was great. The very last one, the
Yeah.
Showtime one. Yeah,
He's a solid science fiction guy. I like
that
that
was
guy.
fucking great. I watched that
Oh,
twice.
speaking of
I
which,
watched that series
Dave,
twice.
did you listen to that Philip K. Dick thing I sent?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to.
What was it? It might have been something I
It's
heard.
Philip
Already.
K. Dick talking. Just him talking. He's very religious.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a miracle. He had you don't know about the miracle of Philip K. Dick?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. There's all kinds of wild shit about that guy.
Let's
Did,
remind the audience of what it was about.
Oh man, I don't remember everything now. He sees a fish on a girl, one of the Catholic fish, and suddenly he realizes his son has like this kidney disease or some fucking kidney, just something, right? That there's no way he could
a
know.
really rare disease that's
And
deadly.
he
It's
went to
gonna
the
kill him.
hospital and he fucking had it. So
Nobody would test for it. They were like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, you got to test for this."
and he was right.
And he was right. Yeah.
So
Didn't R. Crumb illustrate that story?
yeah, it's like a comic. It's not very
Yeah.
long. Looks like it was part of a bigger comic. I think I have
I
it.
get the feeling that Philip K. Dick is kind of like a little bit schizophrenic. You know?
Did you know that he had a twin sister and like the twin sister was dead, but to him she was still alive? Like she was part of his childhood. There's actually a pot.
It's fairly
there's
common.
Blood
Yeah.
Money.
That's
Dr.
not
Blood
that
Money's about
unusual.
that. Like there's this one kid and yeah, there's like the symbiotic. It's weird. Like
Yeah.
oh fuck, it's a mind fuck. Blood Money's a mind fuck. That book, I've read that twice. That one. You're completely confused. Just when you think you know where it's going, you're just wrong. It's like
He's one of my.
dimensions
He's
of
got to
reality.
be one of my top
Holy
top
fuck.
sci-fi writers.
Yeah, he was amazing. Philip K. Dick. Fuck.
Talk about movies. The first Blade Runner was a wonderful piece.
Oh yeah. The second one was
It's a
pretty
nice-
good too.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049 or whatever
Me
it
and you
was.
saw that one. Yeah, that sounded great. That was great. That was fucking
Yeah.
great. Holy shit.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one to see in the theater. That's why you
That
paid
was a sequel that was
20
pretty
bucks
good.
or whatever.
You know, that was worth watching.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yep.
We're gonna watch that. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I
like
think
both.
Dune's going to be on the. I think Dune's going to be on the IMAX screen.
That should
That
be
might go
interesting. That's
quick, yeah.
wonderfully filmed. Did you ever see Lawrence of Arabia? How wonderfully
Yeah.
that was filmed. And
I owned
was
that
what
one for a while. I had that on VHS.
They had that
tape.
in mind when they were filming this. They wanted to have that kind of panoramic view of the planet and whatnot. So it was like filmed with like IMAX in mind, I'm sure, because it had such a visual feast of open space and conflict and whatnot. Yeah, so I'll definitely see that. That'd be good to see in the IMAX theater.
Yeah.
You guys want to get together and go. That'd be a good thing to see.
Little do. You know.
Yep.
Hey, I'm going to see Vic DiBitetto next month.
That's just what you need, man.
Oh, no kidding, man.
Yeah,
Jeez, where?
East Greenwich.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Odeum.
Yep,
Nice. Oh, good for you.
that'd be fun.
I'm not much of a fan. I used to have to hear that shit all day long,
More than 5 minutes of that
kind
guy.
of wore on me. But
I've never been to a
yeah.
comedy show. Apparently,
Well,
he's,
I mean,
he's doing good.
yeah,
So
yeah, he
people like
is. He's very popular. Yeah.
I like his
Yeah,
vignettes, you know.
They had a comedy place right over here, walking distance from my house, right downtown Rochester. And it
Wow.
was an old Chinese restaurant. They still had like kind of the old Chinese menus up on the wall and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And the pandemic shut it down though. And
Oh.
but I went once, and the headliner was this black guy from Boston, right? So I looked him up on YouTube, and I'm seeing videos of 4 or 5 years ago him doing jokes that weren't that funny, you know.
Oh.
And I get over there, and there's like 3 or 4 warm up acts, like these really quirky guys, really funny guys from Maine and stuff, really quirky local guys, and I thought they were great. And then he gets on, and he's doing the same fucking jokes I saw on YouTube 5 years ago, you know,
Oh.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Not funny to begin with, right? And
Yeah.
it's a small place, you know, so he catches your eye, and kind of like,
What do you mean you don't like my old shit?
yeah,
What do you mean?
I saw Cheech and Chong. I saw Cheech and Chong at the folk festival, you know. And when they started their act, it was like a full crowd, you know. And by the end, it was like me and like 20 people, you know. And I felt bad. I didn't want to leave, but they were doing the same old stuff, you know. And a lot of it like doesn't play, you know, doesn't play that well anymore, you know.
I saw him in the LA Coliseum.
Did you?
Yeah, it was like the second weekend I was in California. I went up there. They had Cal Jam too. They had like
Nice.
one band after another. They had like April Wine and Van Halen and go on and on. Just the list. There was 2 days of it, and they're one of the acts, and they kept stopping it because people like on the field like were crushing the people up front. They kept stopping and saying,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
people to back up. This just happened.
Yep.
I was in the nosebleed
Festival-
seats. I was way the fuck
festival
on top.
seating.
I was tripping actually too. Chi and Chong looked like little. They were real small, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the LA Coliseum. That was a giant place.
They didn't have any jumbotrons back there.
No, it was just
Yeah.
that. It was before jumbotrons. It was like what? There's just speakertron. You know. That's why
Yeah.
people were crowded. That's why everybody was crawling over each other trying to get close to the fucking thing.
they were
Yeah,
like,
Cheech
they were
and
like-
Chong.
Great to see them, you
Oh,
know. But-
they were like
Yeah.
weed sports
Yeah,
guys.
when that stuff was first on the scene, it was roll on the floor laughing. But
Yeah.
all comedians, they gotta come up with new material,
Yeah.
to be relevant.
Yeah, 1979. If they had a TV screen, it'd have been a big cathode ray tube. It'd have been huge, like this big giant glass thing, blowing off all kinds of heat. You know, I don't know.
Up in Smoke was fucking funny, man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's real funny.
Yeah, it was really
Go
funny.
Rapids.
I got arrested trying to see that movie, and I never did see it. I didn't see it for years.
It was
My son
hilarious.
showed it to me. He said, "You never saw it?" I says, "No, I never did." I got arrested just before I went in, and that was like it. Kind of soured me about the whole thing. You know?
Boy.
Then I did see it. Then I kind of got. Those guys saw that. They probably just got out. They said,
Yep.
"We're going to catch the next people trying to go watch this thing."
We are suckers.
Because they were
man.
kind of cops. in that
Profiling,
fucking
right?
movie.
It's the profiling.
I started to understand a lot of things when I was watching that. Go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Joke on me.
Oh well. Sorry.
Well,
One
Sorry
o'clock.
fun,
Red
man.
Sox, game two. Yankees beat them the first game.
Yankees
Fucking beat
suck.
them. What?
Yankees suck.
Bring back 5-cent beer night.
Yeah. I'll be right.
I'll watch them then, yeah. Let them all have bottles. Glass bottles. I'll
I'd
be
pay
there
to see
every
that.
night. I'll get the sports package. I swear to God, I'll get cable. I will go back.
I want to see them combine sports. I want to see them combine baseball with mixed martial arts. Like you get to the base, you're not safe or out until somebody is out.
That's what's cool
So,
about
yeah,
MMA. Watching that,
you need
like
to
you
see
see the
the,
kung fu guy against the kickboxer, and then the kung fu guy just like dies immediately.
Well, kickboxing, that's the ultimate, isn't it? It's really the one.
They seem to
It's
do
mixed
well.
martial arts. See?
When it's just
Wrestling
that.
and jujitsu is the ultimate because we're monkeys, and that's who ends up winning those things mostly. But occasionally, all the different styles occasionally win.
Oh yeah. It's mixed. I mean, they don't give up on anything. Try to say, I got something for you.
I was watching this.
Look at that
I
kung
went
fu.
down the rabbit hole of this monk, a Shaolin monk, going in the ring against boxers, karate guys, and he was just kicking ass. Kung fu guy, just kicking ass, just like winning all the time.
Oh yeah, you watched that, huh? I never really
Yeah.
watched it. It's just like I know nothing about it.
Yeah, well,
I saw like
I do
clips.
martial
I've
arts,
seen
so-
clips. I've seen clips. I saw a kung fu guy get beat up. That's my impression of kung fu. I saw like a couple of clips of MMA.
Yeah, I've seen every style get beat up. I've seen every style victorious and every style get beat up. But the most wins were the jiu-jitsu guys or the
Okay.
wrestling guys.
Well, then that's the one. Then that's probably
Grappling.
why this
Yeah,
thing's a
grappling
thing.
is what you want to do.
If you want to
You
learn
want to
the one that,
tangle with people, you want to do grappling.
finally we know which one is, wicked good, I guess.
But if you go up, if you're a great grappler and you go up against someone who's a good kicker, he could kick you in the head and you're out. You never got to lay a hand on him.
I don't know, man.
Spinning hook kick to the head, your lights out.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, it's true. I'll run.
You ever see the exhibition? You ever see the baseball exhibition stuff? Like, when you were asking me, like, that rule you were asking about, like, if someone in the stands catches a ball,
Yeah.
that's from the exhibition, like the Red Sox It's like a Harlem Globetrotters of baseball,
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're called, like, Banana-Rama or something. Yeah, I forget what they're called. But,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, so they got all weird rules like that. I think that's what you were talking about.
Oh, all right.
Someone in the stands catches a foul ball, they're out, shit like that,
Yeah, even if it was a home run and it went into the stands, if the guy caught it, this is what I saw, like the video they were talking about. If the guy in the audience catches the ball, it's just like the other team catching the ball and the guy's
That's
out.
the exhibition. Yeah, that's like I forget their name, but they're like the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's not real. That's not it. That's not in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Right.
Funny shit, though.
Are they as good as the Globetrotters? I mean, do they do all trick stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen them, but yeah, they do a lot of fun stuff. A lot of weird rules.
I really liked the Globetrotters when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're funny.
I thought they were great.
Yeah, they're really funny.
I wanted to be Metal Lock Lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah.
I remember reenacting some of that on the court.
In fact, when I was little, one Halloween, I dressed up as a Globetrotter. That's the thing. I put that stuff on my face and everything.
What?
My mom. Yeah. I told my,
Get the
told my
fuck
mom
out
to
of
give me
here.
an afro.
Yeah,
I told my
Foster,
mom to
man.
give me an afro. And
Well, it's darker than I thought.
she gave me, I had these big curls, Like, that's not a fucking afro.
This is no way to end the podcast.
Metal Lock.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, I was fucking Metal Lock.
that was good for you. Any
Oh, he was
pictures?
funny as a bastard.
Are there pictures, Mike?
I wish.
Yeah,
You guys
I bet.
remember Donkey Ball?
We put them on Twitter
Oh, yeah.
or X.
Yeah.
We put it on X.
I'd
Maybe
be
a
ruined.
sensation. Well, that'll take the podcast to a new level.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be famous.
Metal Lock Lemon.
We'll be able to go to restaurants no more.
They were great, though. I went to see them live. At
Did you?
Providence Civic Center.
That's cool.
The thing was, you didn't get the whole team, because they split up, and so you got Metal Lock or you got Curly. You couldn't have them both,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They were good together.
I know.
When I was a kid, one of my library books was about the Harlem Globetrotters and where they came from and all that stuff. And,
Great.
I believe
Yeah.
there were lunch boxes too.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they were big.
Yeah, they were
And that,
great.
that
That
little
was great
fat
acting.
ref, the little fat ref guy.
Even had a Saturday morning cartoon as well,
Yeah.
oh, that's right.
and then they made a guest appearance on Scooby Doo.
Whoa.
I remember.
Oh, shit. Wow.
They're in the
I,
Misty
These
Van.
meddling kids.
That's
it's a
like
classic one where they
cultural
chase.
phenom. Now you're lucky if they play high schools and stuff. They do high school expeditions.
Yeah, that's like the Rockets.
Exhibitions.
There's a team now. There's a team called the Rockets. They kind of rip off the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh yeah.
Wow, yeah.
The Harlem Rockets. Yeah. I took Cedar to see one, right? And the guy was like, he was supposed to be metal art. Came up in, it was like at a high school, you know. He jumped up into the bleachers where we were, and when he turned around, I pulled his shorts down.
What?
I did. Yeah, I took the pants off.
Yeah.
He turned around and he really tried, but
Too bad they didn't have a jumbotron there.
I mean, I didn't do it all the way, but you
You
know.
made the YouTube. Would've been
All right,
great.
don't turn your back on Mike. Make a note.
Like he's a sexual assault guy.
He'll assault you. That's a good way to end too, man.